Hi guys, so today I will be talking about the, okay, I'm sorry for butchering this, but this is like the Knorr 15 calories per cube, per half cube. This is my first time seeing that, guys, so this whole time I thought I was just eating 15 calories per cube, but it's per half cube. Caldo con Sabar de Cameron. So that is what it looks like. As you guys can see, a cube is pretty big, so that's why it's like 15 calories per half a cube. This has so much sodium in it, so I kind of ripped the box. I'm very sorry, guys, but it just has like the daily nutrition on the backs and like the different calories and stuff. But I just want to get into like how I came about learning about this and my opinion on this different caldo, like the bouillon. So for any of you guys who don't know, and I recently learned this, but caldo is like a soup. So it's like in the Mexican culture, it's like a soup, and these little bouillons, a lot of people use them to make different soups with them. Originally, the way I like came about knowing about these different ones is because I have two Hispanic roommates, and I got sick one day and one of my roommates was like, I'm gonna make you caldo, and I was like, okay, blah blah. Like, I was just like, I didn't even know what it was. So when she made me it, she told me like she basically told me like what caldo was, and like explained to me like what it was and everything along those lines. So I was just like, oh, it's like a soup. Like, she told me it's like a soup. I asked her like what she puts in it, and she told me she puts this in it. So I was just like, okay. So it's just kind of one of those things that I had like in the back of my head, like, oh, this is what she puts in it, blah blah blah, stuff like that, stuff along those lines. And I ended up basically telling her like, where can I purchase this from? And she was like, you can go to the carniceria. But like I said it before, this is just like one of those things that I had in the back of my mind, like that I just was information. And so I ended up going over another friend's house a little bit later after that. It was like a couple weeks, or it might have been a month or two after that, and I noticed that she had this little packet in her kitchen, and I saw her put it in her ramen, and I was like, why are you putting that in your ramen? And she was like, oh, it just gives my ramen more flavor. She actually didn't have the shrimp kind. She had like the tomato kind, and guys, they have different versions of these too. So she had the tomato kind, and I was just like, so I ended up making a ramen, and I tried it in my ramen. So good, guys. But there are a couple things that you have to be careful about when you are using these, and I will get into that a little bit later. But personally, for the shrimp flavor, guys, I personally don't like this kind, and that's why there's so many of these left. I personally don't mind if I never use them, because this is a very inexpensive product. Like, you can probably get this product with like pocket change that you have, so it's very inexpensive, but it does go a long way. I'm just not like a personal fan of I'm definitely not a personal fan of this flavor. I like other flavors better, but just not this one. It just was not working with me. I wish it was, but it just wasn't. But yeah, so you guys just have to be very careful with this product, because it has a lot of sodium in it, and one cube is 30 calories, and it's just a lot of salt intake that you're putting into your body. So be very careful, especially if you plan on using this. I try to be like extremely cautious with this, just because like I really do care about my body, and I just don't want to be putting anything in it. So everything is good in moderation, and I will stick by that till the day that I die. Like, you just have to do everything moderately. Intaking a lot of this really is like not a good idea. It's not good for you. it's just one of those things where it's like I said before, you just have to be very, very cautious. Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, guys, just be very cautious. You don't want to just be putting anything in your body. And yeah, but you can use these for other different things. I just don't suggest the shrimp flavor. It doesn't have a good taste to it. It doesn't have a good aftertaste. It's just something that I feel like I would personally not be like willing to buy again, and these probably will stay in my house until the day I decide to throw them away. But like I said before, guys, this is just the caldo con sabor di camarón. This is the shrimp flavor bouillon with other natural flavors. These do come with 8 cubes, and yeah.